Now that Battle Royale has nestled itself amongst some of the most played genres out there thanks to the likes of Fortnite, H1Z1 and Pubg, it's time to take a look at what could be the next juggernaut. In comes Ring of Elysium, the Winterland Battle Royale full of winter sports and gunplay that will make you wanting more. Many people see this game as a hybrid between the snowboarding game Steep and the Battle Royale Pubg, and it's clear to see where they are coming from. If you like a more realistic feel than games like Fortnite or Realm Royale can offer, and you aren't entirely convinced by H1Z1 or Pubg, then Ring of Elysium, more commonly known as Royale, might be for you. This free-to-play Battle Royale has a few tricks up its sleeve that set it apart from the broad scope of Battle Royales we've been seeing so far. Yes, graphically it resembles something like Pubg quite a bit, but the vaulting works way better, the gunplay is just as smooth, be the guns a bit more appealing in my opinion, save for the lack of a frying pan, but it makes up for its lack of kitchen utensils in the way of its packs. Royale has 3 packs that you can select prior to spawn, and these are the climbing pack, skiing pack, and the gliding pack. The gliding pack in my opinion is probably the one best used for gunfights, as you'll find the better half of players often fighting from areas up above, going downwards, as just like in any game, height advantage is key, and if you are on said mountain or building and need to relocate, then all you need to do is jump off and fly, and the range is virtually limitless, as long as you jump from a high location. Worth saying though is that most new players press the forwards key to fly, and in this game that leads you to go downwards as soon as you're flying, so it's best to just stop touching that damn key, until you need to alter your heading at least. Next up is the climbing pack, and this features a climbing pick that allows you to traverse the map using pre-built zip lines, and yes, you can go upwards or downwards as you choose. As long as there's a line there, of course. The biggest perk to the climbing pack, however, is that you start with a double barrel shotgun rather than a pistol, and if you're someone who won't be using the snowboard or glider anyways, then that's quite a powerful alternative. Just as long as you go into close quarter areas where others will spawn as well. There is the skiing pack, which is a strange name since it does not give you a pair of skis, but rather a snowboard, but we'll let that slip because we can do cool flips and stuff. Yes, with this pack you can jump over certain objects and do some rad stunts, bro. Just as long as you have enough speed and the required skills to time it properly. Also, certain weapons can be used whilst climbing, snowboarding, or gliding, and these are more or less the lighter weapons such as pistols or SMGs. Ring of Elysium has quite advanced character customization for a Battle Royale game and a bunch of clothing options. It also has a battle pass if you're willing to invest some money after playing it, but it is lacking in settings when it comes to the graphics department. But it makes up for that in the graphics themselves being nice and crispy, as well as the fluid performance that the game delivers. Ring of Elysium starts with you selecting your pack as well as choosing an area to spawn in, and this is quite different to other Battle Royales as they have you jumping out of a plane, bus or blimp, whereas in this game you already know who is spawning. The game uses a grid system and you just highlight where you want to spawn and it shows up as a colored dot. Depending on whether or not you're playing solo, duos, or squads, these will have different colors, but all of the circles are basically your team, and the blue grids, the blue squares, are basically your opponents. So you already somewhat know how many people are spawning around you and somewhat where they are as well. The game has a varied range of scopes from red dots to 8 times, and it has 2 snipers, a bunch of assault rifles, SMGs, and pistols, and a handful of shotguns, so no real lack of weaponry either. Another twist to Royale is that this game will have you fighting for a chopper at the end of the game, whereas other games will have you fighting to the last man. King of the hill! In fact, you could theoretically win a game of Royale without getting a single kill, and all you need to do that is get in the chopper. But, just like other BR games, there is a zone, and in this game the zone is a snowstorm coming in to wipe you out. In fact, this is the actual reason behind you and other players fighting. You heard that, other Battle Royale games? An actual reason to fight? There's basically a massive storm incoming and only one helicopter ride out. Whether or not you're on it is up to you, your weapon, and your super cool snowboard tricks, bro. Sorry, I let myself go again. Anyways, it's important to know that when the Emir comes in, which is what the storm is called, that your vision will start getting blurred and you'll start losing health. And at the end of the game, player positions will be highlighted, but vision is impaired. So you're basically inclined to go out and fight because eventually you'll run out of health, and with that said, me and my friends have gotten great success though, with using gliders and just flying to the helicopter as soon as it arrives. All you need to do then is just get in before other players have an eye on it. Of course, this takes an element of luck, but it's worth trying if you're playing squads and your group is taking losses, and perhaps you're the only player left of your squad. The only big issue with this game is that some users have reported issues with Netcode, and I'll link a video that can explain this concept much better than I can down below, but for me and many players that I know, this isn't really an issue. There's also a small minor issue that has basically bots sometimes to fill up lobbies, but I think this is only in solo and I cannot confirm if this is on the other modes. But basically there might be a couple AI players running around. That's not really a bad thing. It's just that if you only want the PvP experience, then that can kind of kill it. Although I will say you don't have to worry about these AIs because they're utter trash. You can just take them out because because if you take them out from afar, they don't even know where you're shooting from. But at the end of the day, if you're looking for a new Battle Royale with realistic graphics, smooth gunplay, and some fun twists, then you should give Ring of Elysium a try, because I think it'll make it worth your while. Anyways, if you enjoyed this video, please leave a like on it. If you want to see more about it, hit that subscribe button and that notification bell, because I like bells. Ding! This has been VK, and I'll see you next video. Bye!